A crown's future seems certain. A princess grows up quietly. Spain expects tradition, but suddenly, everything changes. A title never given so young. A role never imagined this way. What does it mean for Leonor? What does it mean for Spain? Spain has always looked to its monarchy in moments of change, in moments of fear, and in moments of renewal. For centuries, titles have marked not just names, but eras. They have carried weight, not as ornaments, but as signs of identity, power, and destiny. And now, history itself bends as Princess Leonor receives a title that does more than honor her name, it reshapes the story of Spain. To understand why this moment matters so deeply, we must return to the long traditions of the Spanish crown. Titles in Spain are not mere ceremonial ribbons, they carry centuries of memory, bloodlines, struggles, and victories. The Princess of Asturias, the Princess of Girona, the Princess of Viana, each name recalls lands, kingdoms, and the unification of Spain itself. But the moment Leonor steps forward to receive a historic title, the air shifts. For the first time in decades, Spain feels not only the echo of its past, but the pulse of its future. Why does this matter so much? Because Leonor is not simply another royal. She is Spain's first female heir in modern history to prepare, publicly and visibly, for the throne. For generations, kings carried the crown. Now, the eyes of millions turn to a young woman who must not only bear the weight of tradition but also redefine it. When King Felipe VI places this title upon his daughter, the gesture is more than fatherly pride. It is symbolic approval, a seal of continuity, and a message to the nation: the monarchy's survival lies in her hands. The audience watching is not only filled with dignitaries and nobles. Ordinary Spaniards, gathered around televisions and screens, lean forward in silence. Some wipe away tears. Others wonder if this young woman, barely past her teenage years, can truly carry the burden of a centuries-old crown. But what exactly is this title? Why does it strike such an emotional chord? The answer lies in its history. The title connects Leonor to one of Spain's oldest regions, a place of culture, resilience, and pride. By bestowing it upon her, the monarchy sends a message of unity, that the crown belongs not only to Madrid, not only to tradition, but to all corners of Spain. And yet, the decision is not without tension. Inside palace walls, whispers grow. Some advisors fear the move is too fast, too bold, too exposed. Shouldn't Leonor be shielded from politics, from the public eye, from the dangers of such visible responsibility? Others argue the opposite, that in a world where monarchies face skepticism, Leonor must be visible now, must inspire now, must prove her strength not tomorrow but today. The crowd's reaction confirms the gamble. As Leonor accepts the title, standing tall beside her father, applause erupts. But beneath the cheers lies a deeper question: can she truly embody the unity of a nation divided by politics, by regions, by debates over the very existence of monarchy itself? Leonor's gaze is steady. She speaks carefully, her words rehearsed but her tone sincere. She thanks her father. She pledges to serve Spain. And in that moment, her voice, though young, carries the echo of queens and kings who came before her. For many Spaniards, it is the first time they see not a girl, but their future queen. And yet, what does the future hold? Will Leonor win the hearts of her people, or will she face the same scrutiny, the same relentless criticism that shadows monarchs across Europe? Look to Denmark, where Crown Prince Frederic's family lives under constant observation. Look to the United Kingdom, where every gesture of William, Kate, and now even their children becomes global news. Leonor steps into this same arena, but with an added challenge. She is not just part of a monarchy, she is tasked with proving that Spain's monarchy is still worth keeping. The palace knows this. Her training has already begun, far earlier than many realize. Behind closed doors, Leonor studies law, history, languages, diplomacy. She practices speeches late into the night, guided by her mother, Queen Letizia, who herself knows the sharp gaze of the press. In the quiet of the Zarzuela Palace, mother and daughter share conversations not only about royal duty, but about identity, responsibility, and sacrifice. For Leonor, this is not just about duty, it is about shaping herself into a woman strong enough to carry a nation's hopes. But can any title prepare her for the challenges ahead? Spain faces economic trials, political fractures, and movements calling for independence. Each headline becomes Leonor's silent burden. Each crisis becomes a test of whether she can one day lead not just with authority but with compassion. And then, another layer unfolds, the family dynamic. Infanta Sofia, her younger sister, stands beside her at ceremonies. She smiles, she claps, she cheers. Yet many wonder, what does it feel like to grow up in the shadow of a sister destined for the crown? Their bond seems unshakable, their laughter genuine, their gestures full of sisterly love. But history reminds us, royal siblings often walk paths tangled with rivalry, envy, or pain. Spain watches closely, hoping this bond holds strong. The king himself looks on with quiet pride, but also, perhaps, with private fear. He knows the weight of the crown. He knows its isolation, its constant demands, its invisible chains. When he passes this legacy to Leonor, he is not only giving her power, he is giving her a lifetime of sacrifice. And so, the curiosity deepens. How will Leonor balance youth and duty? How will she win loyalty in a divided land? How will she carry a title that does more than honor her name, that redefines Spain itself? The answer cannot come in one day, or in one ceremony. But the beginning has been written. History has marked the moment. Leonor's name is no longer simply that of a princess. It is a symbol of change, of renewal, of fragile hope. And so Spain waits, breath held, hearts unsure but stirred. For in one young woman, carrying one ancient title, lies the promise of a nation's future.